My father's office was in his house. And I remember patients coming and going at all hours of the day and night. I remember my father struggling to be sure that he provided the best of care. I remember he and his associates opening the James A. Taylor Osteopathic Hospital in Bangor and being so proud that they had a state-of-the-art facility with one of the first ICUs, one of the first centralized nursing stations, one of the first ERs that was literally side by side with radiology and surgery in the state. They were very proud of that. I don't think they get enough credit for it. How these guys decided to open up a hospital without state funding, without federal funding, but decided to tax themselves every time they'd put a patient in the hospital. They put $5 in the kitty to help keep the hospital going, to found the hospital. How they started a hospital where they had to carry patients up and down the stairs because there was no elevator. How they did it without the kind of supports that we see now, I think is literally amazing. And I'm very proud that they did it.
There were no DOs practicing in any MD hospitals ever. That's why they had to form their own hospital, Osteopathic Hospital of Maine, during the war, because during that period, in the 40s and 50s, there were no DOs practicing in any MD hospital anywhere in the country that I know of. Rhode Island was a fairly big DO state, and Maine was a big DO state. They had a hospital in Rhode Island, and of course they had the hospital here. In fact, they had more than one hospital. At one time, there were 3 osteopathic hospitals in Maine.
There was a osteopathic hospital up here across from the current Mercy Hospital. In one of those apartments, there was the establishment of an osteopathic hospital. And until, in the early 40s, and until probably 1946 and 47, there were 2 other hospitals created. One was created on Brighton Avenue at the current site of the Brighton Medical Center, the originally called the Osteopathic Hospital of Maine. And then there was a beautiful wooden frame house over in the corner of Pleasant Street and whatever, over on off Pleasant Street, in the residential section, just a couple of blocks from here, of a small osteopathic hospital. And ultimately, they were all consolidated into a Brighton Medical Center, and that has its own history.
When I think about osteopathy in Maine, I think about it as a history of individuals. Individuals like Dr. Chittenden, Dr. Pettipies, Dr. Strong, Dr. Sally Simpson, people who were so enamored by the profession, so dedicated to the profession, that they were going to help make osteopathy succeed in Maine. They didn't know any better, so they worked real hard to see that it happened. Whether it was the founding of the Maine Osteopathic Society, or it was the fact of starting up their own hospitals because they couldn't get hospital privileges anywhere, or it was the starting of the College of Osteopathic Medicine. It's really the story of individuals dedicated to a profession and dedicated to the philosophy. And I don't know how they had the courage to do it. I don't know how they had the wherewithals to do it, but I'm extremely proud and grateful that they did.